Yes, they're right at the end of winter, and as we come into summer, and or spring, summer. Yes, summer. Let's just do that. Just do summer. Anyway, Cafe Clairvoyance live spiritual show coming to you. I'm Phil Griggs. I'm Chappie down there, and this morning I'm interviewing the wonderful Guiomar Ramirez-Montesinos, where we're talking astrology, we're talking spirituality, we're talking numerology, we're talking everything about what's going on out there. So, if you've never joined us before, where have you been? Jones Report, this is a live spiritual show that goes out every Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock EU, 10 a.m. UK. It's if you're somewhere else in the world, it's somewhere else. If you've missed the show, don't worry. You can always go into YouTube or Facebook and catch up with the shows there, and that's cool. Also, what I'm going to tell you this morning, we're also on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. EU, and so we catch all the traffic, whether you're in Australia, whether in UK, or whether you're in Spain, or even if you're over there somewhere in America. It says one of the shows will catch you. Anyway, let's do a little bit of this. Let's crack on with the show, and let's talk astrology. So, very good morning to you, and also, bless your cotton socks, everybody who's coming through this morning. We've got, Katrina says, a very belated, oh, we got someone else, and we got Iva Toko Ilfaderi, very quick this morning, just trying to get in and grab a reading there, just press the word block. Yes, they do that. Just block them. Anyway, right. Okay. So, Katrina, thank you very, very much for your good wishes there. And thank you so much indeed. Okay. Right. We've also got, Deborah says, hello. Susanna says, hello. Hello. And lovely to see you. We've also got some of the other guys coming in. Lovely to see you. And Sarah says hello, as does Eleni. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you guys. Lovely. Okay, right. During this morning's show, we're going to be talking astrology. We're coming to the end of the month. We're stepping into April to summer. How are your thoughts feeling? How are you? Do you feel spirited? Do you feel like, how's this year going to go? Maybe you're excited. Well, one of the things I would like to say here is, guys, is that this particular year, although we are in a year coming out of enormous change, I think enormous opportunities await if we look for them. But we're going to have to go and find out from the wonderful Guiomar if she agrees. What do you think, guys? I think we should do. So let's go and find out where she is. I think she's at the front door. Ah, there she is. And good morning. How are you, Guiomar?
Good morning, Phil. Good. A bit still with that spring, whatchamacallit, when you get tired. What's it called in English? I forget.
Yeah, fatigue, tiredness.
Right,
yeah. Yes. Madness, nuttiness, all that. Yes.
Spring fatigue.
Yes.
And my spring isn't springing.
The spring isn't springing. Yes, because my sinus is flat when the seasons change.
I'm
That's right. Feel that springiness is coming in. See, it's changing now. You see, you're feeling better already. Yeah. There you go, guys. How's that? Okay. So, energy-wise, how's everybody been out there? Do you think that you've been talking
to? I think people are still like managing like lots of old stuff emotionally. Lots of old stuff coming up that make us feel like victims.
Yes.
So we're kind of clearing that out.
Yes.
To be able to go after what we really desire without having our old negative thoughts, our old patterns, sabotaging what we want.
Yes.
So it's negative patterns dealing with your ability to create action, because we have Sun, Chiron, Venus in conjunction.
Okay, right. Let's go and have a look at this and find out exactly what's going on. Now, I think you'd be impressed here because I'm using a completely different chart system, and hopefully you'll like this. You'll be impressed. You ready?
Yes.
Hang on. I better do this. gets a bit carried away, that drummer. Here we go. How's this? This is there we go. How's that there? Side of a chart system. This is it's still Placidus. It's still the stuff it was there, but this is the solar fire one, which is the better one. It shows all the asteroids and everything. Hence, you probably got squiggly lines on there, guys. So you're looking at it thinking, what is going on there? Now, as we talk about here, the nice lines, we call them the nice lines, the happy lines, I guess we could call them, all the blue ones, as you can see in the middle there, guys. But they're not necessarily the ones that are, they're okay, but they don't challenge us. We just go along with things, don't we? Can you see that there?
Yeah, but what's that? There's a couple symbols which I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, they're asteroids. They're asteroids.
Yeah. But the one in the south node and the one at 4 degrees Capricorn, what's that?
The one at 4, hang on, just looking at 4 degrees. Okay. Yes, okay. One of them there, 23 degrees. I'll go and get it's not Astor. Series. It may be Astor, one of the asteroids, which also work with astrology, because people look at it, but they haven't got the same influence as a planet or a luminary. However, they still trigger things. So this is just to put all this up there and just people look and think,
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the feminine archetypes are very interesting because they're very recent,
yes.
But so they coincide with like this surge of the importance of women and women's rights in the past few decades. But as I was saying, Phil, I'm not familiar with the one that's on, sorry, not the south node, the one that's on 2 degrees Leo, and the one that's 4 degrees Capricorn. I'm not familiar with those.
Yes. I'll tell you what I'll do is on the next show, I'm going to give you a list of what they all are.
Okay.
So you can all see the asteroids. And also, I'm going to give you a little chat about what they mean. So without confusing us all. But as you can see that, all the other planets you're probably quite familiar with, right? Up the top there and over that side just there, you can see you've got the sun in the brown circle. The dot in the middle, to the left of it, you've got Venus. And to the right of it in purple is Mercury and Neptune with this stick like this. And further across there, you've got Jupiter and Saturn. Now, we're talking about this transformation change. We're coming out of the old and into the new. And we've got the sun very close to Chiron. We've got Mercury and Neptune very close to each other. So all those energies here, sometimes Neptune can either give us that sense of confusion, or it can be like, hey, listen to your dreams. Listen to dreams and make it happen.
Yeah, and yes. There's also Pluto. Pluto is doing a semi-sextile with Neptune and Mercury. That's a very good aspect for creating visions, for imagining things that you want to make real.
Yes.
Right? But I see with the asteroids, I mean, I find them very interesting. I don't usually use them, but I find them very interesting.
I'm going to start using them, actually. Because you're not using them, I'm going to start.
Okay, perfect. So, for example, with the south node, now I'm seeing, okay, it's Juno, the one with the south node, the one with like the squiggly starry, the starry.
But it looks like a flame. Yeah.
No, that's Virgo.
Virgo. Sorry, we said down south.
That's Vesta.
Yes, Vesta. Yes.
We can start with that one. So, the feminine archetypes really help us to connect with a more inner part of us than the male archetypes, which are more external, right? So Vesta is in Virgo, which is a sign very akin to Vesta, because Vesta is the Vestal Virgin, and the Vestal Virgin is virgin not because she has never been with a man, but because she is true to herself, right? Yeah. So Vesta in Virgo is all about where do you cultivate your flame? That's why it looks like a little flame. Where do you cultivate your flame? How do you cultivate your flame? So in Virgo, it's about connecting with yourself, taking care of yourself, taking care of how your body works, taking care of, it's like Vesta is in Virgo it's like a Japanese tea ceremony, paying attention to the tiny details, right? And this, I mean, the theme is we can create our reality, but we have to let go. We can create a reality, Neptune, Mercury, Pluto, but we have to let go of those old patterns that Chiron, Sun, Venus are talking to us about.
They are?
Which, those old patterns which don't allow us to do what we want to do, right?
Now, one thing I'd like to say here or we've got Chiron, we've got Venus, we've got the Sun in Aries. Aries is about the self and expressing the self. Now, one person here I would like to introduce you to, guys, who really is doing it and shaking her ground out there and doing it, is a lovely lady who's joined us this morning, Angie B. Angie B. And you're thinking, who's Angie B? Now, if you go onto Facebook and type in Angie B, or you type in Turkish kitchen, you'll find Angie B. And she started her energy, her saga here last October. And she has just transformed her life enormously. And initially she was saying, this is the Pluto aspect. This is just to describe how the Pluto aspect is working for us at the moment. Because Angie was saying here, how do I do this? What do I do? How do I go live? I'm a little bit scared. But Pluto the Transformer in one point here is saying, go on, bring it out from within. The sextile it's making, which is the 60-degree aspect coming across here, is an aspect here says, if you work on this, it brings abundance. So Angie has just gone out there, has now started to do lives about her Turkish kitchen, have you? And it's bringing results. But this is what you have to do with a sextile, guys. You know the opportunities it can bring. You know it could do you good, but you have to push yourself a bit. It's something which, if you do it, it works. Sometimes here we let these aspects go by. We just go, oh yeah, I could do it, but maybe another time. I'm too busy at the moment. But we miss an opportunity. So sextiles are great aspects to work upon if you push yourself a bit. And so congratulations, Angie, because you're doing it. You're doing it. We're really proud of you. That's lovely. Yes.
Well, Phil, I think that's very, very adequate to the energies of today because, like
Yep.
I was saying, we have this Neptune, Mercury, Pluto saying, get the vision, follow your vision. We have Juno, which is conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius over there on the right, right?
Yes.
So Juno is about being, it's a good wife. It's about being loyal. But in Sagittarius, loyal to what? To your vision,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and your vision is, but your vision is in the South Node, which means that there are things that come from the past, but we have to bring it into the future with a new light.
Yes. Yes.
So the old way of doing things have to be purged. So even though we have the vision, that vision has to morph in a way, and it morphs in our imagination first, hence the Neptune, Mercury, Pluto, and then we bring that into action. But it's a small action. It's a very dedicated action, like you were saying with Angie, with that Vesta and Virgo. Be very dedicated, be very true to yourself in your daily routine. You can't pretend to say, okay, I'm going to start up a business, but then I don't have a proper daily routine
Yeah.
that helps me build on top of that a greater routine, which I will need to be able to materialize my ideal. And
Yeah.
then Ceres, which is after Chiron, Sun, Venus, it's like, okay, so you have this wounding, Chiron, Sun, Venus, about your self-worth, about your ability to go forward. But as you purge that, then Ceres is all about, it's also dedication, but it's the goddess of cereals. It's the mother of Persephone.
This is
So
so interesting this morning, guys. I love all this. It is great to. I used to study this quite a lot, which the asteroids back in the days. But just to refresh this is just amazing. And yeah, I want to go and work on this a little bit more with you and do it on the shows. It's fantastic.
yeah. So Ceres as the goddess, as the mother of Persephone. Persephone
Mm,
is the woman who went into, she was very naive and she was taken to the underworld by Hades. And in the end, she wanted to stay in the underworld because she liked the bad guy, but she also wanted to go with her mom. So they did a deal, and it was like half a year there, half a year here. And but it's so Persephone goes into the underworld, and Ceres created seasons because of that. So it's about, also again, it's about rhythms. She rules cereals, as I said. So it's agriculture, it's cereals, it's nurturing. So it's
yep.
whatever you do, your action again has to be nurtured. Ceres in Aries, and after this conjunction, okay, you've seen your shadow, you've seen how it goes. So now cultivate, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and nurture your dream, and nurture your steps, and nurture your actions, right? And then Pallas is in Pisces up there.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
she is creating any aspects there. I can't see much of that.
No, she's not. No, she's
She's
not.
Saturn. She's Saturn. 3 degrees
Saturn's
of
close
Saturn.
by. Yeah, that's 11
Then
degrees.
Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pallas Athena is Ares' sister, I think it was, or was that no? Pallas was Ares' sister. Well, anyway, she was a war goddess, but she was a planner more than a forceful war goddess, right? So she's strategic. She's strategic. She's intelligent. She's a planner. She's that female side that is able to stand up to the masculine side, but not by force, but by intelligence, by vision, by planning, by strategy. Okay.
That's Venus. Venus does that. Venus is a great planet for Venus at being a strategist. Often you find someone who's very very who wins the battle is they've got a very strong Venus placement because Venus is the strategist. As although it's associated with love, it's also being able to see the whole picture, being able to plan. Yeah.
Yeah, also because of that combination with the under, like the patience and the understanding of rhythms, which is
Yes.
again Venus series. Um, it's also Venus is also an aspect to that Pallas, Athena, and also
Yes.
Saturn rules time. So it's, take it easy, go slowly, plan your stuff, take it step by step. Like the whole chart is talking about that. Hold your dream, be patient, go forward. Mars North Node, go forward. But in Gemini, so it's about going forward. How? Communicating, writing your dream down, looking for people that you're going to work with, for partners, etc., etc. So it's a very strategic time.
I think so too. And you've got that Mars node there. And I think that too is like exploring. It's Gemini is about communicators, exploring, understanding the Trinity. Although it's twins, there's twins here. It's a third house communication. And it's about finding out stuff. It's not necessarily saying, right, pow, and going forwards. It's exploring and understanding. A lot of people
Hmm.
are going through this at the minute. And I myself are finding this out enormously at the minute. You think, right, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to go do this, and all of a sudden you get the horses are pulling you back, saying, "Oh, hang on a minute, don't jump to the future thinking we all know how it is. Sometimes we've just got to find out stuff slowly by slowly by slowly." I agree. Yes, very
Yeah,
interesting.
I like to say that in comes the light, out comes the
The
shit.
poo.
Um, the poo. In comes the light, out comes the poo. That's one of my favorite.
I think so too. What are your favourite
Yeah,
sayings? Yes,
yes,
we've
one
been.
of my
Yes,
favorite things. It
yeah,
explains how universe works basically.
yeah,
So what happens is when we have like at the beginning of the year we were being seeded by new ideas, even though we were not aware of it, as I explained in previous shows. So that seeding is light that's coming in. It's ideas that coming in. It doesn't matter if you're not aware of what came in. It's more likely that you're not, because your mind is still built up with those old patterns, how things used to work before.
yes,
So you don't have straight access to your conscious mind doesn't have a straight access to that information. But how can that information flower or surge into your consciousness? The way to do it is through action, but through a very mindful action, a very present action. So when we move the energy, when we do things in the world guided by the direction of our vision, our heart, then that information that was seeded into us can start manifesting. And it's suddenly like you start doing something, and then suddenly everything makes sense. And then, oh, okay, it's this way. Oh, yeah, I get it now. So I'm sure like we've all had that experience, or most of us have had that sort of experience sometime in our lives. Okay, so it's
yes.
about this. It's about moving forward, connecting with people, communicating. You can communicate your dreams with that north node, um, but not, there's Neptune, Mercury in Pisces, but it's not about communicating. So, because Neptune, Mercury can make you connect with illusions, with
Yes,
dreams that
yeah.
were wrong, with lies, with betrayal. So it's not communicating to obtain something. It's just communicating so you can achieve your own clarity. So
However,
you can
though,
move on.
over the next few hours today, the moon is zipping through Scorpio, depth, looking for truth, looking for answers and things. It's going to make a trine to Mercury and Neptune as it goes through today. So do listen to some of your dreams there. And if you get the opportunity to, and it feels right without getting lost in illusion, which is Neptune, but you find the clarity with Mercury and the moon, then great.
Yes.
That's also it's interesting. Sometimes you just get moments in time, and today is
Yes.
quite a good moment in time, just as we come the end of March. Yes.
Cool. Cool. And then what we have to do really is like you can write it down, you can talk about it or whatever, but right, whatever comes up, just even though it sounds weird, just write it down,
Yeah.
because with time you'll gain clarity about it. It's also do anything that stuff that helps your subconscious mind express itself, like drawing, like uh, automatic writing or whatever, no? So all that stuff comes up and out, but like not saying, okay, this is it. Like it's not like I'm insecure because I don't know what's going to happen, and I need to know what form the future is going to be like, because if not, I'm not going to take my next step. And it's not like that. It's the other way around. It's take steps, and then the future will unfold in front of you, because these paths we're going through have not been tread, right? So what I was talking before about in comes the light and out comes the poop. What happens is, as we have been seated and the light is starting to manifest within us, from within us, then the poop is going to start being shifted out. So that
That
means
could
that our
be.
old mental, emotional patterns are,
Yeah.
that means that we have to get our septic tank
Yes.
cleared.
But
It
that
probably
could
means us, or
that
get
could
the
be
filter.
uncomfortable, though, can't it? Because we've been used to holding on to that poop.
Exactly. So the thing
Like
is, the
some of
poop. No, but seriously, the poop are the old patterns, mental and emotional patterns, right? So
yes,
it's, for
yes,
example,
not physical things.
I want to do my startup. I want to start my business. Okay, I think I have an idea of what I want. That idea should not be very fixed, because the form is going to be new. It's going to
Shape
shape shift.
shifting. Yes.
So then what's going to happen? The light is going to bring your old fears up, your victimhood up, your, oh, I'm not smart enough up, I'm not valuable enough up, oh, I can't do it on my own up. So all these mental, emotional patterns will be coming up now, patterns that regard to action. So empowered action. So as they come up, it's just about acknowledging it and saying, "Oh, look, I want to go this direction. Now I'm starting to get scared. This is a good sign, because it means that the poop is clearing out. The old patterns are clearing out." Okay? So we
This
just
is
have to
interesting.
let it
This is
go.
so fascinating. It's brilliant. This could go on for hours today. This is one of those shows that is so interesting. I bring all these asteroids and it all goes absolutely brilliantly. Right, I'm just going to also what I'd like to say here is this. We're talking about people. I was talking about Angie B there earlier on. A lady, I think, guys, you really got to keep your eye on. Really got to keep your eye on is this lady here. Irene Bryan. Now, she's going to drop in shortly and do some poetry. But also, what Irene Bryan does is the subject which was popular before, lost a little bit of its interest, but it's now coming back big time here, and that is human design. If you're interested in human design, chaps, then Irene Bryan is a lady who's specialising in this, and if you need to contact the producer Deborah and see if you can get to the Spiritual Whispers group, because that's where Irene Bryan is quite active, and is understanding what you are there, who you are through human design. And it's interesting when you match, because a part of it is astrology, it's also Jungian, it's also color therapy, it's also a lot of things combined together. But it'd be interesting to actually work with Irene in the future there and put astrology next to human design and show how things work to get there, so people see the energy coming through the truth. But no, Irene Bryan is another one of these Angie Bs, and Angie B is an Angie Bryan, and Irene Bryan is an Angie B. She says, "Oh, thanks for well, no, you're on your way up there, so good. Keep going, keep going. We're cooking Turkish food and we're cooking human design. How's that?" The two go together. Yum, yum.
Yeah. So Katrina says, like, oh my goodness, really relating to this also. Please, I made it to the show today. I was beginning to feel I was stuck.
Yes.
Exactly, Katrina. So we get this feeling that we are stuck, and we start getting these thoughts that are sabotaging our intention to go forward. And instead of going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, which is what we tend to do because we think that that's it, that's we're getting stuck and that's it. We can't go further. It's
Yeah.
about saying, oh, how interesting. These thoughts, these emotions were in my body. And right now, if I intend to go that way, if I want to start up my business, say, for example, or, be an entrepreneur or whatever, these thoughts can't go with me because if they're there, I could never do my startup. So I
Yep.
have to acknowledge them, feel them, and let it go. And it's, how do you let it go? With just intending to let it go, writing it, doing something symbolic to let them go. And that's it. It's let those old things go. They
Let.
have to show
Yes.
up, and you
Yes.
have
Yes.
to feel
Yes.
them as if they were real, so you can let them go. Okay?
This is so interesting this morning. Now, Sarah Katrina says, now this is interesting. Sarah Katrina, we can have words with you, young lady. We have words. Consider yourself severely reprimanded. You'll take yourself into a corner, young lady, and severely reprimand yourself. She says here, I have so many things I'd like to put in a book, but I don't have the skills for writing, the writing part. I'm sorry. But talk it.
So
Talk
the
it.
the interesting thing, I'm sure there's like a Sun Mercury there somewhere because
Yes.
this is,
Spot on. There is. Yes, we were doing that the other day. Yes, Sun
yeah.
Mercury.
So
Yes.
the thing is, you can't desire something that is not part of your destiny. That's one thing. Another thing, if you admire people, say for example, people who write books or whatever, it means it's a talent in you.
Yes.
Okay. So if you are a person that tries to communicate and gets blocks, it means you have the talent to communicate. The block comes from all the light coming in when you start using the tool of communication. Okay. So in this case, dealing with writing, it's like I intend to write, I wish to write, but then suddenly I feel blocked or I feel I don't have the skills. I get all these old patterns, old thoughts come up saying, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. So it's cool. So you go, so what you have to do, Katrina, is say, okay, I see these thoughts, I feel this fear. How interesting. This is something old. Obviously, somebody must have told you that when you were a little girl. So
Absolutely. Yes.
you let that go, and you go, okay, that's interesting. With these thoughts inside me, with this fear inside me, I could have obviously not written a book. So I'm really happy that this I had this opportunity to free these thoughts and these emotions, right? And then once you start writing, you just have to start writing. So like when I was 16, I knew I was going to write a book, and I knew what it was about, and I did not know the content. So it took me until the age of 49, 50 to actually write that book.
Now,
And in
isn't that
between,
amazing? Yes.
in
Yes.
between,
No,
I
Sarah
had all these
Katrina, there you go.
experiences.
You're being
I had all these,
reprimanded.
yeah, I had all these experiences which actually allowed me to learn to express myself through writing. So
Yes.
maybe you can write posts or write a blog or write whatever, and that will help you just start that means of expression, just writing and writing and writing. And then suddenly you just want to write more and more and more. And you can always get somebody to proofread your stuff and do all the correction. So
This is so interesting.
right
I
nowadays,
love this.
Amazon.
What a brilliant morning. Irene says here, I failed my English and most people couldn't read my writing. I'm like that too. I look like a doctor's writing. I know what I'm saying. Even my dog looks at my writing, understands that. It says, yeah, I love it so much. It's part of me. Let it flow, I say. This is amazing. So
Exactly. But
hopefully,
the thing is,
hang on. Sarah, you getting the message. Carry on.
so the thing is, failing your English only means that the system that you were studying in did not approve of your way of expressing yourself, which
Too
doesn't mean
right.
anything nowadays,
Too
because
right.
nowadays we can express ourselves as we wish, because there's no limit. I mean, there's millions of people writing books and expressing themselves. You don't need a big company to publish you. You just self-publish through Amazon, and they'll print the books as on demand. It's just so cool. We have no limits in that sense. So you can write whatever you want, and it doesn't even matter if you do it properly or not. You know, it's, if you need help, you'll get help. If not, the important thing is that the information comes out.
My hypnotherapy tutor in London, when I was doing a course, my diploma course in hypnosis and psychotherapy, he said to me, he says, as soon as you write a book, he says you're quite entitled to put another zero on the end of your fee. So, providing it didn't start off with zero in the first place, or else that's just another zero to the zero. But but yes, it's true. You have more authenticity if you've written something, it's published in a book and saying, this is me. Yes, I know a lot of you are going to do this. I know the producer's going to do this. I know Irene's going to do this. Susanna, I think you're going to do this. And Helen, yeah, you may do this. And Eleni, yeah, go on, you go and do it. In fact, all of you. All of you. In fact, I even think here Angie's going to write one on Turkish cooking. How's that? Yes. And there you go, Sarah. You started this, so you better get on with it. Let's do, guys, a little bit. Yes, we're going to come on to something in just a moment. Sorry. Yes, anything else you'd like to say? Just before we move on to the next bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think there's anybody else here. It's only me and you. There's a dog down here. What do you want to say?
No, I was just reading the comments that the girls were
they're amazing, the comments this morning. Yes. It's like a sacred union, you and your thoughts, all alone to save the experience. You are beautiful with words, Irani. You're amazing. In fact, what we've been doing recently, we've been doing a thing where we've been showing you lovely pictures of clouds, sunsets and things like this. And you all commented and say just how nice it looks, which is absolutely wonderful. So if you guys have got any other pictures there of clouds or even grounding, and grounding, I hope you're going to show next week, a lot of you, techniques of grounding, which some of you are, dear oh dear. Anyway, right. But in the meantime, though, I think it's if you look up to the sky, you get inspiration, and hopefully, Sarah, everyone else out there, will get a little bit of inspiration from this.
Clouds by Irene Bryan. Drifting in the sky, the clouds above morph, attracting my gaze. I cannot look away. All of the colors I can see, the pure white cotton, pink, purple or green, spread across the sky, way up high, constantly changing right in front of my eyes. I can see things that are not there, and then poof, your shape billows and transforms. I see a puppy, a balloon, and then a heart-shaped moon. I know you may disappear into thin air. I also know you will come back, but not ever be the same as you once were. Sweet clouds, thank you for hiding the sun on a sweltering hot day. You collect all the moisture and hold it tight. When the rain comes, the earth rejoices, the clean smell of freshness. It's such a delight. You water the plants and you renew life. I bask in the aftermath of raindrop pearls as the sun reflects your beautiful curves. All this you do, the beautiful motion of misty minds. When I look up at you, I love it. I really feel inspired. Thank you, sweet clouds, for showing me how to be like you. Forever changing, flowing with the wind, and softly floating in a sky that reflects a vision of heaven to my human eyes. Clouds.
That was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this is the beauty of now the days we're living in. There's like so many ways of expressing yourself: video, texting, images, combinations of these. There's so many platforms that you can, there's well, Instagram, Facebook, blogs, Reddit, whatever. There's so many things. There's even like this new app. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's like it's like social media, but it's with uh audios only, so you can do, it's called Clubhouse.
Yes,
Have you heard about it?
yes. I've
So
started to get into
there's
that.
like so many ways of expressing yourself. It's absolutely beautiful. In this sense, I want to share this video I love. It's a TED talk that Elizabeth Gilbert made after writing Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
And she wrote the book, and she was suddenly world famous, and it like really overwhelmed her. And like she had always been a writer since her teens, and it's like, oh my God, now what am I going to do? Because people are going to expect my next book to be as brilliant. I won't be able to match the excellence of this first book. And she just envisioned herself under a bridge, drunk and doomed. No, so then she started to explore what it means to be creative and what the creative genius is. So I'm going to
Yeah.
share that in the comments. That it's a YouTube video, which I just absolutely love, from
Fantastic,
Elizabeth Gilbert.
fantastic. Unfortunately, we
So for all
can't
these
play it.
creative,
We can't play it live because otherwise, it's the copyright stuff. But
yeah, but the link
yeah,
is there,
yeah,
and you
it's fine. But there it is, there, guys. It's good.
and the idea is that what she explains basically is that the creative genius is something that does not belong to you, but you have to be doing the work. For example, sitting down and writing, or taking pictures, or whatever it is, the way you express yourself, or doing music, for that creative genius to go through you and manifest itself.
Yeah.
This is why we have to learn to emote, guys. To emote is to embody an emotion, feel it,
Yep.
and let it go through you. So if we learn to emote which is Sagittarius energy, which
Yes.
we have that South Node with Juno there. So if we allow ourselves to emote, if we learn to emote, then we can learn to allow the creative genius to go through us. So something new manifests uh, through your body, right? In your expression.
Yes. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, right. We're going to do a little bit of this, and then I think it's coming up to the sort of time of day we'll do some readers with you guys. So, how's about that? Interested? Okay, here we go. Okay, this is Comeback Clairvoyance. This is a spiritual astrology show. It's Wednesday morning, the 31st of March. We're coming up to 11:38 in the morning here in Spain, and it's something 38 wherever you are, if you're not in Spain. And yes, we're now going to come up to that point. We're going to do a load of live readings for you guys, and we're starting off with Eleni. Now, I can answer this straight away, Eleni, without even going into this, but just to be very nice to you, we'll have a look at your chart anyway. 21st of 10:58, pink. I am going with a flow. Will my flow change? And if so, when? Well, at the moment, I would say to you, by the current astrological energies, I would say continue with the flow. Just continue. Yes, because that's what the flow is at the moment. And if we're looking for change, what change is it that you want? Change that you want here. And also, I would also say here with your lovely, lovely energies and the lovely vibe at the moment is I wouldn't rush anything. I think here that we're always looking at the destination rather than enjoying the journey. And I would say at the moment to enjoy that energy just a moment. But even as I'm talking here, I've got this lovely, lovely man here who wants to come in and talk to me. And the first thing he's talking about is slippers. Slippers, because he loved his slippers. In fact, he has more of a father energy on your side here. And he says here he loved his slippers. He's laughing as he's talking to me here. So I think you'll get the know how who this is. And as he's talking to me here, he also wants to show me, I believe it's a pipe he used to smoke. And also he wants to show me the beloved garden. His garden here. And it's interesting here because his message to you is connected to the garden. And for a garden to be beautiful, it needs to just flow or grow quietly in time. in time here. And it's interesting here because he's also saying to me here as I'm working with him, he says, would you understand here, there's been a lot of pressure. Everybody's talking about change at the moment, and there's pressure, but there's no need for pressure. I feel here just let it on be. Now, would you understand here that some of the pressure you got here, some of the decisions you've got to make, because he's talked to me about your house. In some respects, it's like saying, yes, sell the house. And you're going, oh, no, don't sell the house. It's like, it's going from one extreme to the next. But where is it you want to be? And where is it in your heart that's holding you back? And what is it that's in your dream that you really want? Find out that and you get the answer. And I think here it's being impartial to yourself rather than judging yourself, and feeling freer like that. And I think you'll get more of an answer. But yes, also a lot of pressure. Yes, I can feel the pressure. I feel the pressure here. But they're saying to me here that if you put a lot of pressure on yourself, what is it about the dream that you really want? And also, where's the bit here that says that you need to understand you deserve this? You deserve this. Why are you putting yourself under unnecessary pressure to say you don't deserve this when you do?
Well,
I
Eleni
like that.
has
That means something's coming up here, Eleni. It looks like you're being put into a corner to be reprimanded too. This corner's getting busy.
no. So Lilith is in Aries, and it's in opposition to the Sun and to Venus,
Ooh.
which is the Lilith opposition Sun talks to me about the pressure, as well as Lilith Aries, because the Sun is the pressure to manifest, express yourself from within, and Lilith in Aries to be truly you and be free, right? But the thing is, the Sun is in Libra, North Node is in Libra, and then Neptune, Jupiter, and Mercury are in Scorpio. So Libra wants everything to be like beautiful and flowery. Say, I want to use the garden as an analogy. So Libra wants, it's all about the flowers in spring, how beautiful they are and how marvelous they're there, you know. But we don't have flowers if we don't have turf, if we don't have worms, if we don't have what you call it, the poop that you put in the garden.
The manure. There's a refined manure and there's crappy manure, but manure is lovely stuff.
Any type of manure. The better the manure, the better the roses.
Yes.
Okay. So to be able to express yourself, Eleni, I would use this analogy, and maybe you can write about how from the poop comes the flowers, you know? So make an analogy or write or paint or whatever you do, just to express how from the deep shit, so to say, because of that Neptune, Mercury, Jupiter in Scorpio, how from the yucky emotions, how from that the beautiful comes up. So maybe you can express things that relate those two together, and maybe you can do it either in a direct form, telling a story or inventing a story, or maybe you can do it in an allegorical, metaphorical form, as in talking about a garden and the earth and the manure and the flowers.
Also with this, I'd say to you, Eleni, that what's holding you back is more to do with the gentleman around you. I think it's his resistance rather than yours. And I think with some of the worry he was doing money, just a little bit. But the other thing is time on this. Time of this is the changer, the goal changer on this here. Because eventually you go. Yeah, eventually I just see it happening. And it's interesting here, your numbers in your cards add up to 11. You are the healer in this. The healer isn't done by magic, by moments in time. It's sometimes just a little bit of time. Just being gentle, just going with the flow, just let it go. And it's just let things go this year. It's not just yes, my husband. Okay. Dear. More people are joining this corner.
Yeah, but look, Eleni, for example, with the theme of today, the energetic theme of today. So say you want to do a move or whatever, you say you're going with the flow. But going with the flow doesn't mean staying passive and just accepting with resignation what is. It means being mindful of where you want to go towards, and every single day just drop a little coin in that direction, right? So you might not be able to confront face forward your husband, but maybe you can just, like, every single day, like, say you want to move house, so you want to put a magazine on top of the table and, you know, just open it up into the type of villa that you want to go to. I don't know. It's just or drive around and then say, oh, look how beautiful that house. So it's like if you were inseminating in your husband, the wish,
Yes.
the
Yes. Good
need.
idea. Good idea.
So then the need overrides the fear, because for sure he's got the same wish that you do, but his fear is greater than yours. Having said that, and you being a Libra, it is actually your own fear of going forwards towards your dream, which you're projecting on him. So it's the same thing. So the way you can go towards your dream is just little by little, coin by coin, step by step, doing little things that take you forward. And so the wish overrides your fear. Okay.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Totally agree. But I think that's yes, I think that's a good one there. I'm just looking for. I'm sure someone else put their details down here. Just looking for them now. Anyway, right. Okay. So Elliot, hopefully that's helped you out there. And I think here, yeah, the energy at the moment is very much about this go with the flow. But I totally agree that I think for a lot of us at the moment is doing little things that throw that seed in the direction you want it to go to. I
Exactly.
think that's a lot to do with it all. Yes.
Exactly. So
Oh,
it really doesn't matter. Eleni says he's waiting for me to make the move. So it doesn't matter. It's not about blaming or saying, okay, no, he's got to do it, I have to do it. No. It's about really making your allowing your body to accompany your vision, but being gentle with your body and its fears, but then saying, go, come on, okay, one more step, let's go forward, let's do this, and just letting your desire pull you forward.
thank you very much. Okay. There you go. There you go. And I hope it's helped you out there. Now, Sarah Katrina, she says 14th, 8th, 85. She says blue and turquoise. Spiritual development, please. This is really, really interesting this morning. I'd just like to say this to you. I would love to come over in the drama that I'm being shown here spiritually, but I think it'd probably terrify. But it's almost like I've got this huge, massive spirit guide behind me who's coming forward for you, Sarah. And it's like, why are you asking this question? It's like spiritual development. You know your spiritual development. You know your path. And he's there and he's got this beckoning tone. A huge man here with like huge power. It's like, why do you summon this question when you know your path? Sorry, dramatic. But he's
What have
this.
you eaten for breakfast?
Toast, peanut butter and bananas. That's it. That's what does it. Yes, always lovely that is a little bit of honey. That's what does it. Yes, and yes. Okay, right now. So this is what he's saying to me. This is what I pick up here is your energy with spiritual development. Turquoise is brilliant. I think also is having your feet connected to the ground, being grounded. But I think here your awakening is just going where you're going and just do it. Just go. Just write, express, do whatever you need to go do here, Sarah, because I think it's an enormously strong energy. Beautiful energy. I'll have a look at the cards in a minute. I'll let you get on with that bit.
So Sarah has a Lilith in Taurus with Jupiter and Mercury, North Node in Taurus. So there's an issue here with the Sun in Leo. The issue here is about in Moon in Cancer. It's about being or belonging. So sometimes we have the fear of being our own true selves, because we fear that if we are if we bring in the values which we want to bring into the world, we're going to be left alone. So there's a lot of insecurity in you, and it's really about learning to nurture yourself, to be able to allow yourself. There's also Venus in Cancer, so it's all about learning to nurture yourself and taking care of yourself, so you don't need to rely on others, so that way you can show and manifest your true self. So to be able to develop spiritually, and for you that's bringing the values in that you carry with you, you have to really take care of yourself and hold yourself, and not depend on others. There's a lot of issues regarding dependency here.
Yes, I think that's a very big point now. I think that's quite a big one. Yes, I wouldn't say hold on to others. I think that's right. I think it's to know yourself. It's like the ship that's ready to let go of the port and say, I don't need that security anymore. I'm fine on my own. I can go yes, develop, but also go your own way. So I think that's a huge thing there. Let's have a look at the cards here, see what they say here around spiritual development. Okay, right. And your cards here are saying, in fact, I'll go for that part there. Let's have a look. Yes, don't hold yourself down with the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is you, but it's in a position here that says, well, I'm suppressing myself rather than releasing myself here. When you are the little butterfly, you are a little butterfly here with the Six of Clubs, which is all about your expression to flow. Go with the flow. Go and fly. Fly, it's a lovely energy. And the Two of Hearts. So there's a sense of love in the air. It's a love of you connecting to the divine. It's a love of you connecting to people. And it's a love of you connecting to yourself. So that's a lovely, lovely, lovely rosy energy there. And I think here as well, it's whatever dismay has brought you around in the past here, I don't think you need any of that now. No. Whatever that was. But you can let go. You can let go. And I think here, spiritually, I think you are like the ship ready to let go of the port. So get on there and go and do it, my dear. Go on there and go and do it. Right, okay, I'm just looking. There we go. We've got Kelly Bedford Taylor. She says here, general reading, please. She's got the colour purple, 9989. My God, are those nines? Right, so there's something here about healing, doing things for other people, helping people, but also I think this is very much about yourself. Being the healer to others, here. In fact, as I'm talking here, yes, there's a lady here who's just stepped in. And it's interesting what she's doing here, because we've been talking about writing this morning. We're talking about getting on with things. But would you understand, you've got to let people know how you feel at the moment. Would you understand here about, because she's typing, but she's typing messages. I thought this is like writing as in writing. It's not, she's typing messages here. This lady I'm talking to here says here, that I get a feeling that she may have had a stroke before she passed, because she showed me sort of numbness on the side of the face before she passed over. And but she's coming through for you. She says she loved her toffees. It's simple things, but sometimes these are little things we used to like. She says she loved her toffees. And also here I pick up here that there is this sense of, with her that I'm feeling here, that she says here that she just kept herself quiet. A quiet lady. She kept herself to herself. You're the opposite, the absolute opposite. And I think here, Kelly, this is about you telling people how you feel, clearing the energy field around you, and then being able to step forwards in yourself. And there's a gentleman who's just joined me as well, and he says here that you were limited in your life by people blocking you. It's like you weren't easily allowed to grow up very easily. He says here that you were blocked. Those blocks are clearing out the way. It's also, I think here, this lady, the way she's talking to me, she's writing to you. So sometimes it's about the expression of writing down how you feel yourself here, reading it back and going, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore, the old way. This is about releasing the old emotions, the old ways. And she's giving this feeling here that you're ready to move forwards. I think that's lovely for you. And it's acknowledging that those old energies of the past there, but there's a lot of spirit here. In fact, there's a gentleman also who's just popped in as well. It says here that you're to stop putting up with other people's crap. I know exactly who this is, and the way he's saying this to me. He says to stop putting up with other people's crap, and to sometimes here, don't get involved in the arguments. Just let people know how you feel and move on. Move on, because then you're free. And what is it that's holding you back? It's like, have you got to win or something? Winning is sometimes recognizing that you're better in yourself. You can walk away. That's winning.
Yeah, there's you can be a bit forceful. Kelly, no, who's
Yep, Kelly. Yep.
Kelly. You can be a bit forceful, Kelly, because you need to feel right. There's a Sun in Virgo, Mars in Virgo, so that you can be a bit pushy on that side. And then the South Node in Leo, it's like coming from a past life in which you were the queen and you said how people should do things. But then the Chiron in Cancer and Chiron's Sun is about feeling that you can't really be yourself. You weren't really taken into consideration when you were a kid. And then Lilith in Libra says like bad parenting models. So, or bad partnership between your parents. So there's issues in relationship which bring to the surface the wounding you had as a child. So all that together make it very difficult for you to relate with people, because you can be a bit pushy, you can be hurt easily in relationships. So it's like Phil was saying, it's about being more honest with yourself and not being so pushy and so demanding. And also this has a lot to do with you resonating more with new ways of relating to people,
Yeah.
which you do not have models for. So
Yes.
then you can try and like force the kind of relationship that you want from other people, when you can only see the kind of people that can only give you the type of relationship you had with your parents had. So if you just be more true to the way you envision relationships to be, and then project that forward, and whoever resonates with that, you relate to them, and whoever doesn't resonate with that, it's like, okay, not interested.
Yeah.
And that way you don't need to, the pushiness won't need to come up, because it's like a way of defending yourself in front of relationships which are not the type of relationships that are true to you.
Very true, very true. You got a 10 of clubs here, 10 of clubs, but it's reversed. It's saying here, look, you're stepping on ground which is you don't need to go into. You really don't need to go into. You've got the 3 of spades here, which is interesting. Is if you look at the 3 of swords in the tarot, it's always about like, oh crikey, we're hitting a crisis point, hitting through a challenge. Part of this is to do with relationships with the King of Diamonds, I can imagine, around you. And there's a forcefulness. You don't need to go into the force here. There needs to be an understanding through yourself with the 2 of clubs and the freedom within yourself here. So you just express you being you. And I like that analogy there, that maybe in a past life there was a feeling of rulership or being a queen or authority figure. And in this life here, look, it's not part of that. It's part of that feeling of being more of the humility within yourself, the warmth within yourself.
Yeah, and not needing to push things forward to anybody, because you just resonate with, you connect with the people that you resonate with, not with the people that you don't resonate with. You know, forget about those people, connect with those that are easy.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Brilliant, brilliant. What a lovely morning. It's a lovely morning it's been. And I think here the energy, guys, out there is beautiful if we look for what's going on today. Now, Deborah, the producer, just says, just a reminder that the Spiritual Whispers Human Design Zoom with Aurelie Bryan is at 2 p.m, 1 p.m. UK. It's on Spiritual Whispers. Spiritual Whispers. So if you're not in the group there, you need to go and say hello to Deborah, and she'll invite you into the group. Great. Now, also, Andrew B says goodbye. Says see you soon. And yes, Facebook, Katrina. Yes, Facebook. Go. Spiritual Whispers going to ask to join, and she'll probably talk to you about it today, and then it'll be another time, because there's already a group there that's ready for this afternoon. But if everybody's there joining in, it's there. Anything else I need to say to you here? No, thank you very much, guys. And I hope you got something out this morning. I certainly did. Certainly did. And I think the energies, the current energies which are going through at the moment, your dreams, listen to them, do things, and just push them a little bit further forwards, and you'll be on your way. And you'll love it. Dream big and be big about it.
And take small steps towards your dreams.
Yes. Yes, take small steps towards your dreams. Good. Well, I hope you're going to have a lovely day out there yourself, Guiomar.
Thank you. You too. I hope everybody else does too.
Thank you very much indeed. And give our love to everybody down there in Javier. And see you guys soon, no less. See you guys next Wednesday. Now, just to remind you guys, on Friday, I'm joined by a fabulous lady. Her name is Charlie Banks. And we're doing a flower festival just coming into Easter. So if you like flowers, let us know what flowers you like, because then Charlie is going to bring these in. If you go into the Cafe Clairvoyance group, you'll notice there that in Cafe Clairvoyance, Charlie has already put up a post there saying that she's coming on, and that she'd like to know what flowers you guys like. So if you see those there, please write them in. Please write in your favourite flowers, and she'll try and bring them along there. Yes, don't put down a tree, for goodness sake. Poor woman, carry those upstairs. Anyway, yes, but yes, we're trying to do that. But we're also going to look at flowers and how they represent each month. So it's also the astrological association with flowers and flower readings too. So it should be a very interesting day, very interesting evening. So it's Friday, 8 o'clock EU, 7 p.m. UK. And see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And Guiomar, thank you very much for joining me. And to Deborah, producing the show.
Thank you.
And thank you so, so much for everybody. Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care now. Toodle, Pip, and bye. Just looking, there it is there. Okay. Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Bye.